Okay, okay, I'll just give you some information on this, the reclassification once. Before I give you, I'll talk about this inventory adjustment. Okay, if you want to record it, do it.
Yeah, I started recording.
Okay. So what is reclassification is, let's say you have an item 1 belonging to D1, D1, department class, subclass, that is it. Okay. Then, so there is a business requirement that a particular item need to move from one merchandise hierarchy to another merchandise hierarchy. Okay, that is the concept of the classification. So you have to move this item to D2. So how we do it is a concept built in RMS. So you use the functionality called reclassify item, and so you put that item on the reclassification event. You run the batch. So this is nightly batch. Okay, nightly batch job, which will eventually take the item from this department to this department. Okay, this is just an example. You can also do within department also. Okay, so for example, let's say, so this is a kind of way how you do it. So let's say P1 S1, sorry, P1, you move it to, let's say, D1 C2 S2, for example. Okay, so this is also possible. Similarly, within C also you can do it. So there's multiple permutation combination, so we can use it
Like
actually.
interchanging,
What is it?
like are we trying to interchange it?
It's not clear, Amal. Can you repeat it again?
Are we trying to interchange it?
Interchange, you can say so as a layman language. You are moving the item from one hierarchy to another hierarchy. That's what it means. Okay.
Okay.
So also what you would do is like, see this item, this item one is parent item. You cannot do a skew. Okay. Skew, not skew. So if you do for parent item, all the child items underneath it will get changed with respect to the hierarchy. Okay. So this is
Yeah.
one thing. Okay. So now some of the things that you need to keep in mind is basically like rules. If I say so, it's rules. Okay. So first thing is like it should be item parent. This is done at the item parent. Okay. Next is there should not be any stock count, open stock count. So this is one of the transactions that not need not be there. Okay. Then no open stock count, no open POs. Means like all the POs need to be closed, kind of thing. Okay. Then thing is that, okay, one second. Let me have a look. I might be missing what are the checks. So this thing is there in your user guide. You can have a look. This user guide I have already shared. Okay, so to go through it. Okay, one second. Not here. One second. implement it as well. So okay, time, scale, delete, toolbar, classification event. Okay. So these are some of the reclassification effects. So you can read through what it means is. So if you reclassify an item, the reclassification event does not rebuild the sales history automatically. Okay. If reclassification does not affect previously recorded sales history, RMS maintains three levels of rolled up sales history: department class, subclass. Optimal batch programs are available that can be used to rebuild the rolled. Which means what? So let's say your item is existing in department 1. Some sales has already happened. Okay, you will classify the item to department 2. So your sales data will still show D1. Okay, reclassification does not affect the previously recorded sales history. Understood? Although the item 1 is showing D2, but the sales history will talk about D1 for the item. Okay, this thing is there. This is a base thing. Okay, what will happen for the stock ledger? Again, like these are like the transaction part. Okay, stock ledger transactions are written to move the inventory amount associated with the item from old department class subclass to the new. So stock ledger will actually existing stock ledger transactions are not updated to reflect the hierarchy change. So whatever stock ledger related information is there. Okay, I'll talk about stock ledger late after some time. Okay, so basically like whatever tran codes and all those things that will be coming, those will not change. Okay, open to buy. I talked about this during our department session, like how the department is created. So records are updated for all orders that are approved but have not been received yet. Okay, so this is not, I mean, like this is just information bit, but you will not be able to appreciate it until unless you work on it. The thing is like the sales history and stock ledger is the one which you should be knowing about. Okay, there's one more, I think. Forecast. If the reclassified item is forecastable and the new hierarchy values move the item to a new forecast domain, then an indicator is set for the item at the item store level. This change indicates that the program responsible for the extracting sales history, that the next time sales history is extracted from RMS for that item store combination, all sales history should be extracted for, which means like for the new department class subclass, if forecasting is been set up, so what will happen is like whenever you run the sales history, so for the new department class subclass, it will come in, not the old one. Okay, that's what it means. Yeah, these are the checks, the rules I was talking about. Okay, so first thing is like it should be at the parent level. Okay, item exists in another reclassification event. So let's say you are having a reclassification already running. Let's say R1 is happened on item 1. Now you are using the item 1 again to create R2. R2 not possible. Okay, so this will the RMS will I mean provide an error. It will show up an error that is already there in another reclassification event. Please change something. Okay, like this it will come. The second is like the item is a consignment department. Okay, so what it means is I'll just put this thing here. Okay. Let's say department 1 is a, remember there was a purchase type kind of a thing like which was which is owned versus consignment versus
Please,
concession. Yep. Hello, Shall you were saying something?
least option was also there.
Which one?
Least.
Leased.
Yeah.
For department?
Oh, sorry, it was for stock. Sorry. Okay. But
Okay. Hmm. So a department can be owned, consignment on concession. Okay. So the rule is, let's say if an item belongs to a owned kind of a department. Okay, which is actually purchase type. How you see it, purchase type equal to 0, 0, 1, and 2. So this is owned, this is consignment, this is concession. Okay. So if an item belongs to an owned type of department, you cannot move it to consignment and so forth kind of thing. Okay. So you cannot move across the department. So owned department will move from item from owned to owned only. Consignment consignment item to consignment item only. Okay, different department. So this is the one of the checks that the system will do. It will throw up an error if it is not following it. Okay. Next is event exists and approved partial received orders. Okay, so again, like so, this one is talking about there should not be any open transactions on this item. Okay, no open stock count or open POs. So we have to actually close it before we go ahead with any kind of reclassification. You need to close this transactions basically anything if it is existing. Okay. So it will be good, like you can go through this document I've already shared with you. So you will be able to make more sense of it. Okay. So now if I show you how to create this. Items, no, it will not be here. Ah, okay. So let's say I create another reclassification event. So you have to give a description. Let's say plus data. Okay, you provide the reclass date. So it cannot be for today. It has to be minimum tomorrow or further down in future. Okay, here. Then you provide the item. 1 second, you need to actually check it out. If it is allowing today, it should not be allowed. Okay. Howsoever, check it out. You can not do it for previous days also. It should be minimum tomorrow. Okay. Howsoever, we'll just check it out. If I am giving it today, so it should throw an error. So whatever items you see, search here, you have to check that. See, again, it's a kind of a testing thing. This list of items should be a parent level item. It cannot be a SKU. So let's say if I take this. Okay. So go here. 1 second, I will just provide this. Okay. So you have to give your new hierarchy here. Department, class, subclass. Okay. When you click on OK, it is set for the classification. Okay. What is the site thing? Yeah. So this is okay. So this is a transaction level item. It can still go. It can still go. Okay. I think should be fine. So it just came up automatically. You understood, right? What I was checking? It's a it's actually a SKU item, but parent only. Because in TWG we don't have. I mean, like mostly the items are at level 1 only. Okay, we don't have level 2. Only as of now, in the current cycle, we are having the variant and master item concept, whereby the master is level 1, variant is level 2, and barcode is level 3. Okay, so I was just checking of which level of item is it. So this is in
So the
itself is a
below
few.
one is
What is
barcode
it?
one, 9401. Is that the
This is
barcode
a
one?
barcode. This is barcode. This is Q. Okay,
Skew.
so which this is Q. This is barcode. So this is L1. This is L2. Okay, so which
Yeah.
should still be okay. So if I click on OK, okay, now see this item will be reclassified the night before the reclassification effective date. Now, in my understanding, see, it's already 12. Okay, 1 second. You have to still go ahead and check like what date it is. Now, okay, this is one thing which you might have to learn. Is something called as RMS date, and there is something called as system date. The system date is 12, but what is RMS date? You have to see it. Okay, so what you need to do is,
Why are not they same?
what is it?
Why are both the dates not same?
Uh, that's a very good question. I'll just tell you. Just from the date, period. This is a table which actually stores the RMS date. So this is in March. Okay, 25th March. So 12th is still fine. You can check it out. You should not be allowed before 25th. So I can go ahead. I can not edit. Edit is not possible, I think so. Okay, anyways. So still the data is correct. Okay. So now what you need to do is, I'll tell you, Vaishali, just hold on. What you need to do is, there's a batch called, so this is setup. Okay. This is setup. So now what will happen is you have to go. So once the item is reclassified, reclassifying like a reclassification item reclass is set. Okay. So 12th May, 12th May is your date. Okay. So the batch run will happen on 11th May night. Okay. When you run this, when you come back next day, you should be able to see this item belongs to this department. This department. This is new. As of now, this is belonging to here. 5 whatever 5529 what 5229 whatever. So this is the current hierarchy and this is the new hierarchy. So once it is changed, so you will be able to see this hierarchy, not this hierarchy. Okay. So this is what the concept of reclassification is. Okay. Any questions as of now?
Can I repeat the last sentence? Once it changes, we'll see the 5221 or 5229 one.
Yeah. So this is your current hierarchy. This is as of
Okay.
now the item belongs to this hierarchy. But when the reclassification has happened already, you will see this item belongs to this hierarchy.
Okay.
Okay. So this is a check. This is one of the test scenario kind of thing. Okay. So this reclass date is given as 12th May. So once the batch is run on the previous night, the 11th May, then this will happen. Okay. This will not happen on 10th May. This will not happen on 31st April also. So it's only on the previous night. So all the data which is applicable for the next day hierarchy change will come into the picture when the batches are run. That's the rule for the reclassification batch. So reclassification batch name is reclass daily. RECLS Okay. So this is there in the OG. Guys, you need to read a lot kind of thing. Okay. 1 second, I'm showing you. This one should be there. it's already open. Okay, so the classification, can you see it anywhere? Okay, so this is the batch name. RECLS reclass items and so this batch, okay, this batch need to be run, and then this is actually reclassification batch, okay, which will take the item from the old hierarchy to the new hierarchy. Okay. Any other questions? So whatever I talked about, you should not see, system will not allow you to give you SKU items. Only parent level item can be done. These things you have to check it out by yourself. I mean, you have to create the data, then only you'll make more sense to you. Okay, just try doing this by yourself. And especially regarding this your date change, I'll tell you why it does not happen automatically, because RMS is all about transactions. So now
Okay.
it's the prerogative of your the admin to change the date. Okay, admin as in like higher management. Okay, so if they say so that every day the batch has to run to change the date, then only it will happen. Generally, it happens the same way. So the batch name is DTE sys. This is a date change batch. Date change batch. Okay. What is the concept about this thing is, let's say any sales is coming, okay, and it is backdated kind of thing, or like the sales is just loading up in the system. So they will avoid changing a date as of now, so that all the sales is loaded, then they will change the date.
Okay.
Okay.
So the
So
period is a closed period, right, for the
no,
transaction
period
that
is
are
no period. Are you talking about the table name, or as in like normal period?
normal period.
Okay. Yes. Hmm.
It would be a closed one, right? Like it would having a opening date and closing date as well.
True, true. So yeah, so correct. So now it's the responsibility of the complete team to make sure that all the transactions go through every day, so that there is not a mismatch between like current system date and the normal RMS date. So system date is 12th May, and RMS date is whatever March. Okay, so we have to ensure that every day whatever transactions happened, it should go through, and I close all the transactions on the same day. It should not like spill over to the next day. It's
Okay.
the
Will
responsibility of
we
the team.
be okay? You continue. Sorry.
Yeah, tell me.
Uh,
What other questions are there?
like, can we work on the future date as well in the project? If our system is currently working on present
You
date,
can,
can we
you can.
work on?
See, you run DTSS batch multiple times. You can be in future also, but there is no point changing the date to November 2020 as of now, right?
Okay.
Does not make sense. So you can, I mean, the system allows you run DTSS batch multiple times, or you there's a format of it. I think you it's a putty. Have you worked on putty? It's a batch run. I think
Yeah, it's like
what we say
this.
is
Quite
you have
similar
worked on
thing.
Amal. You have worked on, right? So so there are a couple of batch schedulers are there. Okay. So one putty I'm talking about manually running the batch. Otherwise, we have something called auto sys or some other batch schedulers. So whereby you can actually give the date. So, so let's say if we have 12th May today, which date you want to take the system to. So you can go in past also. You can go in future also. So you put the date. If you don't put the date, it will increment one by one. Okay, so that's the idea. Any questions? Further questions now? So I would want you to try this out. Okay, try creating this data, check it out. Check with, see, I have created for only one item. You try it out with item list as well. Okay, create an item list having style, parent item as well as SKU item. Level 1 and level 2, both together. and check it out whether your system allow you to do it or not. It should not, because if you have only level 1 item records in your SKU list, your item list, then only it will allow you. If you have your second level of item also, I mean like the parent as well as SKU both are existing together, the system will throw an error. So this is one check you have to do. Okay, try it out. Okay, and let's say you try giving in your SKU item itself. So for example, you have the list of items that gets shown up here, right? Okay, this item list. Okay, what I'm talking about, this is not item list. This list of items I'm talking about. This will be your L1 items only. It should be, right? Otherwise, if the system will only allow you to showcase SKU items, which is wrong. Okay, so just check it out. So now what I'm saying is, let's say this will be mostly L1 items only. You take a L2 item, which is actually not. So what you're gonna do is, you have a L1 that is parent. You have L2 that is Q, and L3 is barcode. You know this, right? Now, correct? So only parent item can be used for reclassification. So I would want you to deliberately give, let's say, this item or this item for reclassification and check what the system does. Because this thing you have to do it by yourself, then only it will make sense to you. Understood? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And also like item list, you use it. You create your own item list with multiple permutation combination, like use item list with, let's say, L1 plus L2 together, and second is L1 only and L2 only. Okay, try doing this and check like for which one it will throw an error. So here you will get an error, here you will get an error. This is correct. Okay, so it's important for you to learn with making mistakes, but that's fine. That's how you will learn. Okay, so this is the thing you have to kind of homework for you guys. Okay, how is it going with your shipment and receipt thing I told you to do for PO? Did you try it?
Yesterday I didn't got the time because I was occupied with the sessions. I will
Okay.
do it I will do it today.
Okay, so guys, like see, whatever we have done, I will want you to try it out with multiple variations to it. POs, I told you create multiple variations to it. Uh, then do a receipt of that thing, shipment and receipt of the same thing. Uh, Items, create multiple types of items. So whatever we have done till today, you have ample work at hand to be able to learn the system properly. Otherwise, if I give you to generate this, will you be able to do it? Think about it. And this is coming up for sure. This data generation of this data, in the sense like, see, Herman does this data generation. Okay, so he's a technical guy. He runs a script, populate this data template. But we are the guys who need to know like what data is correct and what data is wrong. So we should know like whether this is correct or not. You understood what I'm trying to say? If you don't know the variations of data in the front end, this will not help here. You will not be able to make sense of it. So eventually, you should be able to do this. That's the whole objective, right? Okay. So we'll just end it as of now. Uh, we'll do inventory adjustment and further topics in the next session. Okay. Okay. So any questions, if you have it, we'll take it. Otherwise, we can end it. So if you have any questions, let me know. Tarun, you were able
Nothing
to
for
build that. Yeah, come again.
nothing for now. Good.
Okay. Tarun, you were able to build that code. What was your learning? Can you share?
Like with Herman,
What is it?
with Herman you are talking about.
Yes. What was your learning with the building the code?
He told me I was asking if I have to share that if I have to save that code like how it will be possible. So he asked me you don't have to save that code and so it will automatically save. So the learning was good. But Sanjay, I had a meeting with I had a stand-up meeting with Mahesh at afternoon. So he told me that you don't have to work with other team guys. So you can pull out from that.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you
because you have
already.
because they are assigning me OIC and OCI thing because that is the main thing that is the main thing I have to do. So
So you are occupied the whole day there, is it?
yes.
No, no. Work-wise, I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Okay, fine. That should be fine. That's okay. So fine then. We'll catch up in the next session. Okay. Thank you.
sure. Thank you.
Thank you.